Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, and we are a little bit late going live tonight. I've had a few bit of technical difficulties at the start setting the stream up, but we are now live just in time for the Tuesday live stream, which is always the Spotlight Hour live stream. Of course, every Tuesday on Pokemon Go is Spotlight Hour, 6 p.m. till 7 p.m, and that is where a featured Pokemon takes over for the hour, and today is no different. Today is going to be Roggenrola, and that is probably in conjunction with the current event which has started today as well. Hey Kiki, how are you? So the current event which has started earlier on this morning is the Adventure Week. So we're going to have a look and see what all that Adventure Week is about while we are walking around doing Roggenrola Spotlight Hour. Got something stuck in my shoe now. Not very ideal while we're adventuring during this event. But yeah, hopefully all these will turn into Roggenrola soon enough, and we can start trying to find the shiny Roggenrola. So, shiny Dynamax Drillbur, that is very, very cool, Kiki. Congrats on that. That is super cool. Hatched a shiny Apon. That is pretty cool as well. You've had a very, very decent day since the last time I spoke to you last night. So congrats on that. So let's turn on our Pokemon Go Plus, and this should just be spinning the stops in a second. So you can see it already spinning the stops. So we have, there we go, just minimize that down. So we have got all the Roggenrolas now spawning round us. You can see here loads of Roggenrolas. There is also a 2x catch XP because of the Adventure Week event which started earlier on this morning, and the Spotlight Hour bonus is 2x evolution XP. So we are going to stick our daily incense on, and we're going to stick a luck egg on, and we're not going to really be doing any evolves during this hour, just mainly catching with these Roggenrolas, try and hit as many excellent throws as possible. And started off pretty well there with that excellent throw. Now what we could also do is we could mega evolve a rock type as well, so let's go rock and mega free. And these are, of course, all of our mega free rock type, which is max rock type megas. So the ones that we've reached a maximum level with as the mega level. So we're going to have a look into that. I got banned from getting invites to raids because I got a shundo. Yeah, that was definitely what happened yesterday. Kiki, during the raid yesterday, it was a Mega Aerodactyl raid, and she ended up getting a shundo apparently. So very, very happy that she got a shundo, but she is from now on banned from any of my raid invites, was the joke going yesterday. So if you do want to do any more raids, anybody who's watching, then by all means you can. If you get a shundo, perhaps best not telling me, else you'll get banned from future raid invites, just like Kiki did. Of course, I'm only joking. But no, super, super cool to be able to get a Shundo Aerodactyl. That was amazing. And these Roggenrolas are going to be a little bit annoying to catch. I can sense that that's going to be the case today. Exactly, all fun and jokes. Exactly right. So use 10 berries to help catch Pokemon. We've got that in as a task from somewhere. I don't know if that's part... Oh no, it is part of the Go Pass rewards to get some additional rewards for today. We're all nearly ranked 200 on that Go Pass, so we don't have to worry too much about that. Of course, 200 is the maximum you can get on the Go Pass. Once you get to level 100 though, tier 100, then it pretty much goes all the way to Stardust. 50 Stardust for free rewards, 100 Stardust for a premium. So a lot of Roggenrolas around here. Very, very good spawn spot around here to start the hour off. And like I say, mainly going to go after those excellent throws more than anything, if we can hit them. Started off the hour pretty good with excellent throws. We've just lost it a little bit now. But we have got our daily adventure incense on as well. Now, part of the Adventure Week bonuses, of course, Adventure Week started today at 10 AM local time. And part of the Adventure Week bonuses, not only do we get 2 times catch XP, but incense lasts twice as long as well. Now, unfortunately, that doesn't count for the daily adventure incense. The daily adventure incense is currently doubled anyway because of the current season that we're in. It's one of the season bonuses. So I was hoping that we could end up getting an hour of daily incense every day. That would be pretty cool. But unfortunately, the incense increase doesn't work, or at least doesn't stack on the daily adventure incense. So only half an hour of that, still double what it used to be because of the seasonal bonus. But yeah, normal incense will now last for 2 hours instead of just an hour. So maybe if you're close to a beach biome or a forest biome, you might want to stick a normal incense on to try and increase more chances of seeing the featured Pokemon during the event. And those featured Pokemon for the Adventure Week this year, it's not really fossil related like it has been in previous years, but we have now got a lot more use out of the biomes. So the forest biome and the beach biome, and that is because Shiny Wiglet has been released this year during Adventure Week. So you can actually get Shiny Wiglet, but you just have to go to a beach to be able to find it in the first place. And I believe Wiglet is full odds. I don't think they've boosted it for the event, which is a little bit disappointing, but I believe they have boosted the spawns itself. So if you go to the beach biomes, you hopefully see a lot more Wiglet than you normally would do. So that's at least a positive there. But then, of course, away from the Wiglet and into the forest biomes, so going to anywhere that appears as a forest on the game, you will start to encounter a new Pokemon, which is Toadschool. Now, Toadschool is effectively Tentacool from Generation 1 from a Kanto, but it's based on that, but it's a slightly different looking Pokemon, and it virtually uses its tentacles to actually walk on, unlike Tentacruel, and it is actually a land-based Pokemon, unlike Tentacool, and it is, I believe it's a ground type. I'll double check in a moment. I'll show you one as we're on about it. So there you go, there is a new Pokemon Toadschool. Yes, it is ground and grass. So this can be found in forests during this event. And I have seen quite a few about just in normal grassland. So it's not too bad. How are you doing? Yeah, I'm not doing too bad. We're hitting a few excellent throws every now and again. Could do with increasing the amount of excellent throws we actually hit. We are hoping to try and get a shiny one of these during the spotlight hour. Now, of course, Roggenrola, if you've played the game for a number of years, Roggenrola did have a community day a few years ago now, probably back in 2020 or 2021, something around that time. And therefore, if you've played as long as I have, you may already have a load of these shinies. Hey Aston, how are you? Thanks very much for dropping on. So yeah, Roggenrola did have a com day many years ago. But of course, if you are new to the game, you may have missed out on that. And these sort of events like the Spotlight Hour is probably the best event to get on. 2022, thanks very much for that, Aston. So yeah, 2022 was Roggenrola com day. And I believe it had Meteor Beam as its community day move. Something along those lines. And it wasn't actually bad at the time as a rock type. I believe it was actually quite high up in the meta at the time when it got its community day move. It was one that I was very much excited for, and then it soon fell by the wayside a little bit with the other move sets that's now been released and the other Pokemon that have now been released in the rock typing. I'll try to get a few more of these accent throws now. As if that was back in 2022. That only seems like a year ago. Roggenrola. It's crazy to think that was nearly 4 years ago now. Mental. Any luck with Toedscool or Wiglet? I've got quite a few Toedscools. They seem to be appearing in not just forests, but in these normal grasslands, similar to what I'm in now. So Toedscool seems quite easy to find compared to what I thought it was going to be. I thought it was just going to be in forests, but it seems to be in grasslands as well, which is good. Of course, if you go to a forest, I expect that you'll see even more of them. But yeah, we are seeing the odd one or two in these normal grasslands. In terms of Wiglet, I'm actually I've managed to find a website where you can check out the beach biomes online and see where your nearest beach biome is. And with me living in the middle of England, you could probably say I'm the furthest away from any beach that it can be in England itself. So it's a little bit annoying, but I have managed to find a little reservoir which has apparently got quite a few beach biomes around it. So I'm starting to think about potentially going there later on this week, maybe Thursday sometime. You got a shiny Wiglet. That is so lucky. Well done. Congrats on that, Aston. How many checks, roughly? I've seen online that it's roughly around about full odds. A lot of people are saying it's 1 in 512 for shiny Wiglet. So there's a website called overpass.eu. I can send you instructions after the live stream as to how you can search for beach biomes. But basically, it just searches for specific terms on the OS maps, and of course, Pokemon Go uses those OS maps. So yeah, as long as you can find a tool where you can search for different biomes on OS. 189 checks. So yeah, it probably is full odds. You've probably just been very, very lucky with that. But yeah, a lot of people saying it is full odds for the shiny, which is a little bit annoying, but amazing that you've managed to check 189 checks already. That is a super cool one. You must be very, very lucky with where you are, really. You must be quite close to a beach. I know somebody went to this exact reservoir, which I'm thinking about going myself, actually. They went there this morning and we spent an hour there and we got 22 Wiglets, which wasn't too bad. You know, when Wiglet first got released, I spent all day at a beach and only got about 10. So getting 22 in 1 hour, we've definitely seemingly increased the spawn rates of them, which is good. Definitely a bonus. Oh, 4 or more beaches here. Yeah, that's ideal then. Absolutely ideal. It's one of those, this event, it's very much split opinion, because obviously there's those people who live by the beaches anyway, who are just rubbing their hands and going, yes, finally an event that we are on top with. And then there's those ones that are inland and just going, well, I've got to drive like 4 hours to get to a beach here. What am I going to do? What's the point? I might not even get it shiny. So it's very much split opinions. But yeah, I think I will be adventuring out. It's the whole aim of the game, and it is called Adventure Week for a reason. So you don't expect them to allow us to sit at home all day, I suppose. The only thing I do find a little bit annoying, which has normally been a bonus on the Adventure Weeks before in the past, is the new stops, interacting with new stops, normally gives you higher XP, which they seemingly haven't done this year, which is a little bit annoying. Had no luck with Toad School. What, so you haven't found one yet? That's crazy. As soon as the event started this morning, I started seeing all those little grayed out graphics on the nearby for Toad School. So there's quite a few around me this morning. And then I caught one of them literally sat outside my house. I managed to catch one. Ah, no farmland. Right, okay. That probably explains why I'm getting some around here then. Seems to be not too rare around where I am. So, you know, in like 2 years' time, when we release the shiny Toad School, I will be laughing. The shoe will be on the other foot. I will be laughing. Just you wait. Just you wait. What we'll end up doing is releasing Toad School or giving it a com day where it's paired with Tentacle. That's probably what they'll do. It'll be Tentacle and Toad School com day. So everybody gets it, no matter what. That'll be so annoying. 2 years to release a shiny. Well, some Pokemon get shiny released before that, but how long was Wiglet until he got shiny released? It's got to be like 18 months. Wiglet's surely got to be about for about 18 months now. Can't have been sooner than that, surely. So Just Watch has entered the chat on the comments. Thanks very much for that comment, Just Watch. I don't know if you're telling us what you're doing right now or what, but thanks for that comment. Hey, Lucy Logan, how are you? Thanks very much for joining. Can I add you? Yeah, I'll stick my trainer code up in a moment. Best of luck getting a shiny. Got to head back to work. Hi, chat. Yeah, no problem, Dan. Cheers. Thanks very much for joining, Dan. So there's Roggenrolas absolutely everywhere. We're going to go to a slightly different route to what we normally do on Spotlight Tower. We're going to mix it up a little bit. Maybe a good thing? It may not be. We'll have to wait and see. Your temperature is too hot. Your Wi-Fi hotspot will go off. That means a comment phone is going to go off. Unlucky for me. We need to start hitting these excellent throws. We really need to start hitting these excellent throws because this is terrible. We have a luck egg on and I'm wasting it. Press the rocket balloon. No, I'm not going to waste time doing a rocket. It's just wasting time. I've got a luck egg on at the moment. A rocket's going to take a few minutes to defeat. So, yeah, it's going to be a little bit annoying. It's going to waste time on that luck egg that I've got on. Excellent throw. It's a good job I've stacked all these raspberries. Little did I know I needed them for Roggenrola Spotlight Tower. So we've got a few more to catch around here, and then we'll go, like I say, we'll go on a slightly different route. There's actually one hiding me on that gym. Isn't shiny, annoyingly. The Berry Master Platinum Medal. I didn't even know that was a medal. I'm learning. I either didn't know that was a medal or I've completely forgot. Let's just check on that. One person sent you a friend request. Gym leader 243. Fair enough. Right, you can add me if you want to. You can pause this video. You could use that trainer code there on the screen. If anybody wishes to add me, please let me know who you are in the comments down below, so I know who I'm accepting. But yeah, 760780708259. That is my trainer code. Make sure to go ahead and add me. I was going to check out my medal, wasn't I? Let's do that now. Let's do that now, quickly. Berry. That one. Berry Master, yes. 54,500 nearly. Will be by the time this spotlight hour is finished. Why are you not feeding your Pokemon before you catch them? That's just cruel. That's just cruel, Aston. Come on. If you was that Pokemon, you'd want to be fed before it caught, wouldn't you? Come on, think of a Pokemon. Think of their needs and wants. Oh, he's starving. He's absolutely starving. Exactly, Kid Trouble knows exactly what he's on about. Oh, look at poor Roggenrola, he's starving. Oh, he's happy now. Little love hearts and everything. See? And then we stay in the ball easier as well. Because they're like, oh, this guy's going to actually look after me and not send me to a professor and grind me up for candy. Well, little do they know, that is exactly what's going to happen to them. In fact, it looks like I've had a missed call, so that's probably from the professor himself telling me that he's going to start up the grinder anytime soon for all these Roggenrolas. Oh, it only counts when you feed placed in gyms. Well, that's a little bit annoying. Lucy Logan's back. Oh, so that is how many times I've buried Pokemon in gyms. Well, that's even more sad. The fact I've sat at home and buried 54,000 times a Pokemon in a gym, that is a little bit sad. I didn't add you because I forgot the code. Okay, no worries. Just stick around. I'll put it back on the screen in just a moment. Let me just try and catch some more of these little guys. So like I was saying before, the Spotlight Hour, we always get an additional bonus. Today's bonus is 2 times Evolution XP, which is really good for Roggenrola because it's actually part of the free evolution if you've traded it, so part of a trade evolution. But it is a little bit annoying to try and evolve yourself because it is 400 candies to do so without trading. So a little bit annoying to evolve it all the way at least. You could always evolve it to a middle form. But this event that's currently on, the Adventure Week, why are you catching them? Because you've got to catch them all. That is the aim of the game. Pokemon, gotta catch them all. You know, don't say Pokemon, gotta catch them some. You know, that doesn't sound right. You got to catch it all. Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, got to catch them all. Could you imagine how bad the TV series would be if Ash just went round and said, no, I don't want to. You know, got his Pokeball out, was about launching and just goes, nah, I've changed my mind. Can't be arsed. You know, end of episode. Kid Trouble sent a friend request. I did see that pop up. Thanks so much for that. You know, imagine Ash encountering Lugia. Oh no, there's a Lugia. Let's catch it. Nah, can't be arsed. Can't be arsed. We'll go bad instead. Yeah, exactly. That's like the slogan of Pokemon. Got to catch them all. Like invites. I do raids, yeah. I don't normally jump on invites because I haven't got any invites, remote invites left. But I can host raids, so I can send invites to yourselves if there's a raid nearby that you want me to do. I've done that last night. We did a Mega Adapter with Kiki last night on the channel during the last night live stream. And she ended up getting a Shundo as well. So, yeah, we won't mention that again. Kiki is still banned. Yeah, I'm currently trying to find out where Kiki lives so that I can steal her account and trade it over. Of course, it wouldn't stay a Shundo, but as long as she hasn't got a Shundo on her account, that's a win-win. Surprising how I find this live. Well, something's obviously working in the mechanics, if you found it. It's the best one I've found. Oh, thanks. We always try and interact on here. I know a lot of YouTubers are sort of like focusing on the game and just like, I don't know, trying to be official and all that stuff. I don't know. But yeah, we try and interact quite a lot in the comments and get the comments flowing and try and just chat away and have a laugh. That's all what it's about, really. Community spirit and all that. That's what Pokemon Go was made for, community. We have a bird off our daily adventure incense, not the Galarian variant, unless we catch it. Oh yes, look at this. We have an extra small Articuno. Yes. Everybody saw that on the live stream. We caught an Articuno off our daily adventure incense. Yes, and it's a 2-star. Get in. Winning at life. Base form Articuno, yeah. So it's like the baby form Articuno. You only normally get it from like 15-kilometer eggs. Right, so our luck egg's going to run out very soon. So I'll stick another one on in just a moment. Or we may raw time it, in fact. Let's see how much raw time candy we've got. Yeah, why not? Bro's using all his Dialga candy. Do you have any Galarian birds? Yes. I've got 2 shiny Articuno, 2 Hundo Zapdos, and a lucky Moltres. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I was the first person in the world to get 2 Hundo of the same Galarian bird. When it happened, like over a year ago, I ended up getting 2 Hundo Zapdoses from... What does that Pokemon evolve into? So this one, it evolves... I'll show you the evolution line. So this one evolves into Boldore, and then evolves into Gigalift. So yeah, 400 candies to get from Boldore to Gigalift. A little bit annoying. But yeah, when I did first get 2 Galarian Hundo birds, both were obtained through lucky trades. I put it on Twitter and on other online social medias to try and figure out whether I was the first, and nobody said anything to the contrary, so I'm claiming it. I'm claiming that I'm the first one to get 2 Hundo Galarian birds. Of course, could always be a case that people aren't on those platforms. But yeah, if we go, you can see here 2 Hundos. One's level 50, and the other one's level 47, something like that. So yeah, 2 Hundo Galarian Zapdos is very, very cool, and super lucky to get them both off a lucky trade. Caught 15 birds, that is ridiculous. Yeah, that's crazy. That's definitely more than me. Never a good IV. I think the first time I used a Master Ball was on an extra small Galarian Articuno, and it ended up being a 3-star, which I was super happy about. I wasn't even expecting it to be any good, let alone a 3-star. But it's not very often you see an extra small or an extra large Galarian bird, so for me it was always a good use to use a Master Ball on it. Danzo caught Roggenrola. About 10 million times. Yeah, 100 times, yeah, exactly. I'm going to eat lunch, see you. Okay, no worries, Kid Trouble. If I haven't accepted you already, I will do in just a moment. Apologies, I'm just catching. This is actually a really good spawn spot around here. So we have changed up a route slightly to what we normally do on a spotlight tower. And you could argue it's paying off. It's actually a really, really good route. I wasn't expecting this. Where are you? So I'm in the middle of the UK. Unfortunately, about 4 hours away from any beach, which is ideal during a Shiny Wiggle event. So yeah, quite close to Manchester. We're about half an hour away from Manchester, something like that. It's just easier to say Manchester. It's like the nearest big city to me. Ah, Chesterfield, yeah. I know Chesterfield. That's pretty cool. Yo, Reese is in the building. How are you, Reese? Hopefully doing okay. I'm sure I've seen you on my channel before, Reese Hunter. It's not your first time. I'm sure I've seen you, you just haven't been on that long. That recently, I don't think. Finally, somebody who says my name right. I mean, that's always been how you spell Reese, isn't it? I know you can spell it like R-E-E-C-E, but the way yours is spelled is more like the Welsh way, I want to say. Is it the Welsh spelling of Reese? I don't know, but I love Pokemon Go. Yeah, that's all that matters. That's what we're here for. Pokemon Go and having a good time. So to all the newcomers, if you haven't already, please make sure to hit that subscribe button. Hopefully you're loving the stream. We all do. Yeah, we all do. Is it Spotlight Hour or something? Yes, it is, yeah. So I'm here in the UK and Spotlight Hour happens 6 p.m. till 7 p.m. local time. So I subbed already. Brilliant. Thank you very much for that, Logan. Look at all these Roggenrolas. This is ridiculous. And we're down to 90 Pokeballs. This is bad. We are down to only 90 Pokeballs. I haven't got any shinies of Roggenrola so far. The shiny odds is 1 in 512. Today I've only got one shiny, and that was a Hisuian Growlithe. But yeah, the spawns are just mental. We may do this Spotlight Hour route more often in future, guys. What do you think? This seems to have been a lot more productive than the others. Bro's just catching. Yeah, trying to catch. They keep breaking out though. Yeah, Aston approves of the route. We should definitely do this route. Seems quieter as well. When you do lives, I'll join it. Yeah, brill. Always welcome. I love people who keep on returning back to the lives as well and getting involved in the comments. I like the regular viewers. It means I'm doing something right if people keep tuning back in, surely. So we've got a few more Roggenrolas up here. We have actually got a Pokestop where we can get about 1 Pokeball from it. I know it's already been spawned. Our Pokemon Go Plus Plus is all over that. Oh my god, bro, you got an excellent. I'm trying to get an excellent. There we go, there's another. There's another. Three in a row. Oh, Roggenrola. Jumping little bugger. Why do you jump? I was on for a roll then, of excellent throws. Now you've ruined it. They're calling me excellent trainer. I've never heard that in my life. Dialga from Giovanni, that's pretty cool. I'm walking on a road, so I've got to be careful not to get run over. So if I go quiet, it's because I'm looking around and making sure a car isn't about to hit me from the rear. God damn it. Come on, Roggenrola. Check how cute my Pokemon are. No, no thanks. Thank you. $160 more max particles. Yeah, the max per stat is 15, so each time you see a line, that's just 5. So when you go on your stats, for example, we won't do that one. Let's do this recent Roggenrola. So that one there is a 5, 11, 9 on the stats. So yeah, each one of those little lines is 5, increments of 5. Oh, can you show me a code now? Yes, I do apologise. Hadn't shown you already. So trainer code for anybody who wishes to add me. I will create more room in just a second as well. But 760780708259. You can add me using that trainer code. And if you missed it, just jump back a little bit, press pause on the video, and then you can catch up to where we are on the live once you've added me. Let's just scroll down here, and some of these best friends now we've gone best, I will never interact with them again. So remove friend. Let's create some room for some new people. Remove friend. Yeah, Naomi can go. Remove friend. So when I can't, so there's a lot of people who I've added like months ago who I've now gone best friends with for the friendship levels. So using Twitter to add people, literally add people into our best friends, and then after 120 days you can then, so you can delete them once you're best friends, because obviously you can't earn any more XP off them. So delete them, and then you can re-add them 120 days later. So you have to wait like 4 months. And when you add them in 4 months' time, the friendship gets reset. I need to screenshot again. Okay, quickly. There we go. Screenshot away, Logan. So yeah, you can add me using that code right there on the screen. Type it into that little box there. Send a friend request on that. So yeah, type that little one in there. You can also add friends from contacts. I didn't know that was a thing. I'll be able to see if any of my contacts have actually got Pokemon Go. That'd be quite hilarious if some of them have. This is where I found out my gran has got Pokemon Go and not told me. Could you imagine? So when the game first started, I joined Team Blue, the Mystic, and then I swapped to Yellow, and now I'm Red. So I've actually been all the teams you can be. And you can only swap teams once every year by buying the team medallion. Team Valor. Let's put a free incubator on. Yeah, Valor. It's a way forward. Definitely a way forward. Right, so have we done any more of these kilometers? We have. Let's catch these. LGM. So this is a free research that you get throughout the adventure week. Smoliv. Why am I getting 300 particles? That shouldn't be happening. I'm not. It's just that the rewards are wrong. Every time I claim one of those rewards, the people were seeing that, right? I was getting 300 particles, but I actually wasn't. The game's gone messy yet again. So for anybody who quick catches like I do as well, they've actually fixed it so that the quick catching makes your Pokemon disappear off the incense. Before on incense quick catch was a little bit annoying because you didn't know whether it had gone or not. No, that's no worries. Thanks so much for joining. We're still live for the next 20 minutes or so. But yeah, now they've fixed the quick catching on incense. So when you do a quick catch like that, for example, from the incense Pokemon, it just disappears. So I sent you a gift. Right, brilliant, thank you. I will get round to opening that at some stage. I still find it really annoying that you can only open like 20 gifts a day when you've got like 400 friends. So sometimes it takes me quite a while to get around to it. Logan is lazy. I'm guessing that's Lucy Logan. Yeah, I got you. Be right back, I want to get some of these rocks. Yeah, no worries. Of course, Roggenrola Spotlight Hour is only in the UK at the moment, or anywhere in the same time zone as the UK. If you're slightly different time zone, you may have already had him. You may are yet to have him if you live in like America and South America and stuff like that. So yeah, depending on where you live, you'll get it 6 PM till 7 PM your local time on a Tuesday. That is when you'll get this Spotlight Hour. Logan's added me. There we go. Logan is now added. Have you sent me a GIF yet, Logan? Why have you not sent me a GIF, Logan? Here you go. Have a GIF. Gym Leaders had a gift. Kid Troubles had a gift. Logan's had a gift. Feel free to open my gift, Logan. When it goes. Send, goddamn you. There we go. Lapras floating on land. Yeah, he's just swimming on the grass. You know, things can do that nowadays. I mean, look at Toadstool. He was a water mammal at one stage. Yeah, so this buddy is a Gigantamax shiny Lapras. So it's pretty cool. It's just annoying that it doesn't, you can't change it so it appears as its Gigantamax form when it's your buddy. That would be so cool. Could you imagine that? Gigantamax Gengar, for example, following me around. That would look amazing. Yeah, okay. So I'm guessing you're a couple of hours ahead of me in Poland. So, yeah, Poland Spotlight Hour would have been a few hours ago, I would have said. So we have like 10 minutes left, 13 minutes left of a Spotlight Hour. Yet to see a shiny. What are we on in terms of XP? Yeah, not too bad. We've done about 700,000 XP so far during the hour. Or during 47 minutes. We've done about 700,000. Logan's opened the gift. Thank you very much for that, Logan. I will probably be sending gifts more than opening because that tends to be how I can manage to interact with so many people each day. Like I say, there's only like a 20 gift limit for opening gifts, which is really annoying, especially when you got like close to 450 friends. It's just super annoying. Hey, do you want to battle? Not right now. I'm catching rocks. Maybe another time. I don't really do PvP, so you'll probably kick me arse. That is probably something you'll definitely beat me on, is PvP. Don't really play that much. I know a little bit about it, but that's only from what I have to know about it because of being an ambassador. I don't really do it. I will show you my stats this year on PvP. I have played 0, won 0. So I've got a 100% record here on PvP so far. 100% record. And last season, I played 10 and won 7 with a streak of 5. I mean, come on. That's like, you know, that's like top 10 ranking in the world, surely. I normally only play Great League, to be fair. I normally only play Great League whenever I have to play. You know those battle weeks where you get like a free avatar item? That's literally the only week I play. And I just play to get that item and that's it. That's me done. Thanks you. Thanks so much. Everyone else is like sat at home doing like 200 battles a day or whatever. They increase the limit to. I'm just like, yeah, 10. Ooh, new pair of shoes. That'll do. Just literally get the avatar item and run. The only other time I can remember doing PvP properly was the Pikachu Libre for 1 season and 1 season only, was in the rank 10 rewards from PvP. Now, I don't know if people in the comments remember that, but that was the only time that I actually went quite, you know, did like a proper decent amount of PvP, was to get to rank 10 and get the Pikachu Libre encounter. Since then, it's never been below rank or ace rank or whatever it is. So I'll be very, very happy to get a Pikachu Libre. Of course, that season it wasn't available shiny, which is a little bit annoying, but still very, very cool. Yeah, it's a little bit annoying that we can't trade. Maybe one day they'll do like a global trading, like remote trading. I think it has been found in the code. Whether they'll release it or not, I know quite a few things get found in the code and then we change it or we completely pull it and don't bother with it. So it may just be something that we're playing about with and, you know, testing perhaps behind the scenes as to how exactly it will work. I think if remote trading does become a thing, I think you'll only be able to do 1 or 2, you know, during specific events. You know, you may only be able to do 1 a day during a specific event, which only happens then once a year or whatever. So, you know, let's say that event happens 5 times for 5 days, for example. You can only do 1 a day during that event, and then, you know, you can't do any more until the next year. I could only assume that that may be a thing, which would be a brilliant way of doing lucky trades with people that you are, you know, you live far away from. That would be absolutely brilliant. Yeah, it's not always a guaranteed catch with an excellent throw on a glowing bird, so don't worry too much. It's obviously increases the odds, but yeah, don't worry too much. They are very, very hard to do excellent throws on because they're either flying up in the sky in terms of Articuno and Moltres, or they're bouncing around like mad like Zapdos. So yeah, don't worry too much about it. Yeah, we miss them all. I've already accepted you, Logan. And I think you've already opened me gift. Oh, I've sent you a trade request. Sorry, I thought you said friend request. Yeah, you can't trade, Logan, unless you are close to each other. So you have to be within like 50 meters of each other or 100 meters, something like that. So yeah, you have to be very, very close to the trainer that you're trading with. Else it just comes up saying you're out of range. So yeah, unfortunately, unless there was like a UK event where we could like meet up or something, then yeah, there's no chance for now. But we'll see. like I say, let's build up a friendship, and you never know, when we go lucky or something, there may be like a UK-based event which we both end up attending or something like that. That is cool. Shiny Zapdos. That is very, very cool. Yeah, congrats on that. Shiny Zapdos, and that will obviously have the background as well from this season, which is super cool. I ended up getting the Articuno last season with a background. It was a terrible stats, but yeah, I was super happy to get the one with a background. Very, very happy with that. And of course, next season, I'm guessing Moltres will be on the rank 100 on the free battle pass. Battle pass? Go pass. They're trying to copy Fortnite things, aren't they? With a battle pass. So many Roggenrolas. This has definitely been a lot better route for spawns, I must admit. For stops, we've run out of stops quite often. We haven't had many stops to go at. But for 39 off a daily instance. But for spawns, it has been super, super good. Yeah, I definitely recommend doing this one again. Yeah, that would have been so, so cool if it was a hundo. If it was a hundo with a background, that would have been crazy. Hey Carter, how are you? Thanks so much for joining. Didn't quite pick up on your comment there, so just bear with me a second. No, it's not Community Day, it's Spotlight Hour. So Spotlight Hour is an event which happens every Tuesday evening, 6 p.m. till 7 p.m. local time. And it features a Pokemon which doesn't get a shiny boost like it does on a comm day, but it features a Pokemon which appears all the time throughout the whole hour. And Roggenrola is that Pokemon. But like I say, no shiny boosted today for Roggenrola. It is a full odds 1 in 512, and that tends to be why on the Spotlight Hours we do quite often miss out on the shiny because of the full odds. But every now and again we get one. And every now and again we also get one like a couple of weeks ago, which was Feebas Spotlight Hour, which is a perma boosted shiny. And for those who don't know what perma boosted is, it just means permanently boosted. So it's always 1 in 64 shiny odds for the likes of Feebas. That's also the same for the likes of Lickitung, Skarmory, for example. And there's quite a lot of other Pokemon that are 1 in 64 odds. But Feebas is one of those, and we had a Spotlight Hour of Feebas a couple of weeks ago. We ended up getting 5 shinies during that Spotlight Hour, which was pretty cool. It was a very, very nice Spotlight Hour to do. But in terms of this Spotlight Hour, we've only got 4 minutes remaining, 4 minutes to try and find a shiny Roggenrola. We only have 11 Pokeballs left, so we've pretty much timed that well. We're definitely going to have to go on a little bit of a Pokeball search after this and spin some stops. Definitely get that Pokemon Go Plus Plus doing what I brought it for, and that is spinning those stops. Never really catch with it, to be fair. Never really use this device to catch with. Little Pokemon Go Plus Plus. Really handy device if you want to catch as well as, or if you want to spin stops as well as catch, or for example, if you're driving or whatever, I always have it on when I'm driving, just spinning the stops as I drive past them. Really, really handy. Of course, not wanting to use your phone while you're driving, that is not recommended. So yeah, really, really handy for stuff like that. Just stacks back up on those Pokeballs when you're not even having to interact with stops yourself, which is really cool. So our lucky egg and everything is timed out. We've got 3 more minutes left of the Spotlight Hour. And this is normally the time with hardly any Pokeballs left. This is normally the time when a shiny pops up and really gets us on edge, because we end up having no Pokeballs to catch it with. But let's see if that is the case today. Pokemon storage is full. Oh, come on. Select all. Delete. So there's quite a few Roggenrolas around here, and this will probably see us until the end of the event, which is fitting really well actually, because there's actually a little bench here as well, so we can have a little sit down while we catch the rest of these. How many hundos you have? I only have 3. I've got quite a few hundos, to be fair. Hundos of a certain Pokemon, or just hundos in general? Or any of these Roggenrola shiny? Let's quickly check them before the 7 PM deadline. Tiny Roggenrola. We'll catch him. I've got a couple of Master Balls still. So 7 o'clock, no hundos, no shinies today. Let's have a quick look and see if we've managed to get any hundos today. So if we type in 4-star, in total we've got 838 hundos. Togedemaru was our latest one, which we need to put a little bit of an asterisk in front of. That's just how I recognise that is a hundo. So yeah, Roggenrola was our last hundo, so no hundos today from the Spotlight Hour, from a Roggenrola Spotlight Hour. A little bit disappointed with that, and of course, no shinies from the Spotlight Hour. So again, even more disappointment there. But still, it was quite a nice one to do a few excellent throws on. It's sometimes a little bit jumpy, and of course, with it being weather boosted because it's partly cloudy, the level of those Roggenrolas was a lot higher, which meant they were also more difficult to catch because they were higher CP. So how many of them actually stayed in the ball and how many XP did we get during the event? Now, we nearly got 800,000 XP during that event, during the hour, which isn't too bad really. Going off what the event was a couple of days ago with 4 times catch XP, of course, 800,000 in just short of an hour is a little bit disappointing in relationship to that. But of course, what we were normally used to with the standard XP amount, it's still a very, very decent amount. So 800,000 XP, and no shinies and no hundos. So a little bit disappointed with that, but still a very, very decent amount of XP. So let me know your thoughts on the Spotlight Hour tonight in the comments down below. We're just going to catch these last few and see if any of these have turned into shinies. Eevee CL7 is in the comments. Thanks so much for that. Huge Eevee as well. So yeah, we definitely need to recuperate on some of these Pokeballs. That is going to be the mission for tonight, is to get some more Pokeballs in. So that at least we can go for a little bit of a grind later on tonight or tomorrow morning to try and get some more XP as we head very, very close to that 900 mil mark. And I want to be hitting 900 mil in the next couple of days or so, definitely during this Adventure Week event. And of course, at the weekend, we've got a research day on Saturday, which is Tyrant and Amora, and those shiny odds on the research days are normally around 1 in 10, so very, very high shiny chances for those on the research day. Make sure to keep an eye out for those. And on that research day, don't forget to not do any research tasks near you from when we first appear at midnight to the time of the event, because when that event time starts, you won't be able to redo those research tasks if you've already completed them before. So very, very much similar to a community day. Leave the Pokestops so that you get the research task from that research day. That is very, very much a huge hint for that. So research day on Saturday, Tyrant and Amora, like we just mentioned, 1 in 10 odds, very, very high shiny chances for those. So if you haven't got those shiny, big, big chance to get those shiny. And of course, on Sunday, we have a brand new Gigantamax released on the game as well. We have Gigantamax Butterfree being released on the game. And it looks really, really cool, Gigantamax Butterfree. I can't wait to be able to get it shiny. So hopefully we can get that on Sunday. And I will be doing a video on my channel tomorrow detailing the build up to that event, what you need in your team to take down Gigantamax Butterfree, what are the best counters, what is the team I'm going to go with, and also just the in-game news as well about that event. So make sure to keep an eye out for that video coming up on my YouTube channel, probably tomorrow or Thursday at the latest. So keep an eye out for that. But for everybody who's watched me tonight on the live and got involved in the comments, thank you very much for that. Make sure to like this video. Really easy to do if you're watching on mobile. Just double tap the screen. If you're watching on computer or on iPad or anything else, then you may have to hit that little thumbs up button. And then also make sure to hit that subscribe button as well. So subscribe to the channel, turn that notification bell on, and you won't miss when we next go live. So you can get involved yet again in the comments like you have done tonight. So I've really enjoyed tonight's live stream. We've had a really, really good amount of Roggenrola spawns, a slightly different route, but we've got loads of spawns. Now it's time to get some more Pokeballs back in and recoup ready for the adventure week. And of course, all the spawns of which are yet to come. So thanks very much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and turn that notification bell on. And I'll see you very soon. Bye for now.